Everybody, welcome to that vinyl channel. I'm the Vinyl Guy Boss. This is going to be a Thursday Night Live. I'm going to be showing some records that I played this week, as well as I got a few sealed albums that either I've gotten in the mail recently, or stuff that I've had but that I haven't played. But I'm going to go ahead and show you some of this stuff here. So first of all, we have something I got in, I think was last year. I'm not sure. This here is the Warriors. This is a Waxwork record release from the 19. It came out in '79, didn't it? Isn't it about when it came out? '79, yeah. So the movie came out in '79. It's the Warriors. Great movie. And this is the reissue by back up a little bit here. Here you go. The reissue by Waxwork Records. So I had the original as well, but I wanted to get the reissue. So the original, I think, was only on one LP, and this is on two LPs. So fully restored original artwork, two 180 gram color vinyl records. There is the hype sticker for you. So what else we have here? We have a special release here. This here is the Goo Goo Dolls. Now this here was from a record store crawl from a few years ago. I think around 2018, and that's where a bunch of people get on a bus. I think they serve alcohol, if I remember right, and they take you around. I think after hours or close to closing time, to about however many independent stores there are in your area, and you get to buy some records at special prices and special releases, stuff like this. Down here at the bottom, you see it says record store crawl. So it's not part of Record Store Day. It's a separate date. When I lived in Orlando, our city had one, but I didn't go on it. But the owner of one of the stores was nice enough to go ahead and hold one of these for me. So, and gave it to me. I'm not going to say which store. I'm not going to get the guy in trouble. But he knew I was a big fan of the Goo Goo Dolls. But yeah, cool stuff. If you want to see the track listing there, I'll bring that up. So, but yeah, I like the Goo Goo Dolls. So awesome stuff. This is one I just got in last week. This is the soundtrack to The Invisible Man. This is when did this come out? Not too long ago, like 2020 or something like that. I don't think it was long ago. But this here is a Death Waltz release of it. I saw the movie. It's actually a really good movie. So I was surprised. I was very skeptical on the movie, but ended up being pretty good. But again, this is the soundtrack to The Invisible Man. I picked that up. Hey, Adrian, how you doing? I remember that. And Adrian, yes. Which one do you remember, Adrian? Talking about the Warriors or what? Oh, the Goo Goo Dolls. Yeah, I love the Goo Goo Dolls. I have a ton of their stuff, so on vinyl. So it's very cool that the Goo Goo Dolls have been putting more and more stuff out on vinyl, releases that had never been out on vinyl. But I also got this one here. Got this one close to the end of the year. Warriors. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, I picked up 2 summers ago. I picked up the original too. From Bananas Records in St. Petersburg. So that was really cool. But it's a great movie. And yeah. So anyways, this here is one I picked up right after Christmas. They had a sale on VMP. Vinyl Me Please. They had a bunch of stuff for 30 and 40% off. So this here is Heart, a little Queen. So pressed on exclusive 180 gram red and cream split vinyl. So good stuff. So if you want to check out the track listings there, I'll bring it up to the camera. But yeah, I really like Heart a lot. So I was excited to go and pick up this. So Vinyl Me Please is pretty cool. I joined, first time I joined Vinyl Me Please was around 2017. I was with them for 6 months, and they had a deal going on at the time. I had no problem with Vinyl Me Please. I got some good stuff out of them. But it was very expensive though. So after the 6 months were up, they actually went back to full price, and I said, well, okay, then you're too expensive. So I dropped them. But last year I decided to do a 3-month thing with them because they did have some records that I wanted. And when you join Vinyl Me Please, they give you a little discount on the records. So but over Christmas, they had a bunch, 30 or 40% off plus free shipping. So I picked up quite a few right before my membership expired, actually, like a week before my membership expired that happened. So I was just lucky enough to get in. I got about 6 or 7 VMP releases that I wanted. So very cool. Can you turn the mirror effect off? Oh, really? I didn't know that. Okay. Thank you for telling me. I did not know it was backwards. Let me see if I can figure that setting out here. I am using a new camera. Facing, is that it? Is that better? Sorry about that. I had no clue that I was backwards. So hopefully that's good. So yeah. Hard is it really? Not gonna scoot over this way. Oh, this way actually. Get them in. So yeah. Hard is a really great album. Is that better? Is it Bidet 4127? Does that support? Oh yeah, I can. Good. Nice. It was just a setting in the camera. I had no clue. I saw that setting, but I was testing this earlier today, but I wasn't testing it with records. I was testing it with just me like this straight on. So unless you're really paying attention, I wasn't. So, but I apologize. But there's a setting in there. You can say mirror on, mirror off. So I don't know which is which. Yeah, usually it's a setting in there. I'm using a program for this one. I'm using a program called I think it's called Pyramid. Is it Pyramid? I forget the name of the program. But yeah, so I picked up this recently too. I had it on sale through Amazon. I get $18. It's a really great deal for this. But really, I'm a huge fan of the Who, of Pete Townshend. This is Psycho-Derelict, which is an album that he put out before, but it had a bunch of talking over the music. People say this version, this release has no talking over it, and I really liked it a lot, so I went and picked it up. But it's a half-speed master, and so really great stuff. Picked that up. So Abbey Road half-speed master. Pete Townshend. All fixed now. I appreciate it. I really appreciate you telling me that, and I apologize that the first couple albums were backwards. I had no idea. So great. Yeah, I'm just using my phone too. It's called, I forget the name of the app that I'm using. Anyways, I guess I can log into the computer real fast. I might have it up. Prism Live. So yeah, there you go. Yes, it's got Prism Live, and it's on Android, and it's free. I couldn't believe that it was free. So did this fall over? Is this? Oh yeah. So hopefully this is supposed to be straight up. One of this more straight, but I guess that'll work. It's fell over a little bit. Okay. So hopefully it's fine. Okay. So I also got this one here. I got it over Christmas. I got it on eBay. Somebody had it on a ridiculous price, like $11. It was a Record Store Day release, so it's like, why not? But I'm a huge fan of Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. But this here is Record Store Day. I think it was last year's Record Store Day. This is Joan Jett and the Blackhearts' first ever acoustic recordings. So very, very cool stuff. So haven't had a chance to play it yet, but really cool stuff. Let My Love Open the Door. Yeah, Let My Love Open the Door. That's Pete Townshend, definitely. That's from Empty Glasses, right? Yeah. I also got Empty Glasses on that Abbey Road Has to Be Master as well. So like I said, I'm a huge fan of the Who. So especially and Pete Townsend. Now the other members only have like one or two albums here and there. I don't have the whole catalog, but Pete Townsend I really like as well. So what I have here as well is records that I played this week. So I'm going to show you these. So I got some sticky notes here to tell me what these are. So this here is a really great album. This is called the Intergalactic Touring Band. Okay, on the Passport label. So this came out in 1977. Really cool album. Science fiction pop music concert album. So it has Meatloaf, Benny King, Percy Jones, Rod Argent, Marge Raymond, a bunch of artists, and this is supposed to be songs loosely held together based on an epic, multi-generational space travel journey of human exploration. So it's very, very cool. A lot of science fiction-y sounding music. Meatloaf was on here, and that was the big seller for me because I'm a huge fan of Meatloaf, so I wanted to hear his track on here. I think he has 2 tracks, if I'm not mistaken. But so I bought this a couple years ago, but this week I heard it again. So, but yeah, really great record. If you never heard of this, again, excuse me. Again, it's the Intergalactic Touring Band. That's the name of the record. And yeah, it's very, very, very cool. Very, very, very cool rock music from the early 70s. So next one here is most of these are from the 1980s, by the way. So this one here is Michael Bruce and Rock Rolls On. So this is released in 1983. Michael Bruce is a member of Alice Cooper. This is his second release, and it's a mainstream rock band. So similar to Alice Cooper's earlier stuff. So, but it's really good rock album, good stuff. It's on some lesser known label. What was it? ETR. Have you ever heard of ETR before? Let me see, get a picture of it. It's ETR. That's the label, ETR, and it's back here too. So, but yeah, it's just, but it's really good. It's a really great album. So I really like it. So here's something that I've been wanting for a while. So this here is a 1988 release, Poison. This here is open up and say but this here is the censored cover. I didn't have the censored cover, so I have 2 copies of. I have 2 recent reissues on different color vinyl. I think one's green and one's red, but it has the tongue on it, which is the uncensored cover. So I wanted to get it on the censored cover. So I was finally able to find one. These are getting harder and harder to come by because people just aren't letting go of these records. So I was lucky to find one in pretty good shape for not a whole lot of money. So yeah. Great album from 1988. So here's another cool one here. Let's see. This here is Foreigner. I am just like the hugest Foreigner fan. So probably my top five favorite bands of all time. This is a 12-inch single from the UK. This is that was Yesterday. From their 1985 album Agent Provocateur. It's a 12-inch single, but it's 45 RPM, and it's an extended single as well. So very cool, awesome record. Good album too. Which album is that, Adrian? Poison. Yeah, the Poison is an awesome album. It has Mama Don't Dance. And Every Rose Has Its Thorn, and all kind of songs like that. Good stuff. I'm a big fan of Poison. So here's another recent release I picked up from Amazon. White Lion. This This here is a band that formed in 1983. They say where in New York City. This is their third album, released in 1989. It made it to the Billboard Hot 200. I think it's like number 18 in the U.S. I think, and this here is a recent reissue on silver swirl vinyl or gray swirl, however you want to say it. But it's actually a really great album. I like it a lot. So I have one other White Lion. So, and that one was really good. So I wanted to pick up this one. But they're more like they're not very hard. They definitely are more like mainstream rock. So what I consider mainstream rock is not too soft, not too hard, just like right in the middle. Kind of Goldilocks rock, if you want to call it that. If you want to call it that. So, but really good album actually. So good stuff. Y'all can stop me anytime and answer some questions in the chat room. I'm paying attention, so I'd be happy to answer any questions and talk to you. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one here. This is one that came in the mail about 2 weeks ago, and last week I actually played it. So this is a brand new release by Larkin Poe. I really like Larkin Poe a lot. They're a sister duo. I think they've been putting out records for 10 or 15 years now. So this is the latest release. It just came out, and this one was an indie release on clear and black. Is that splatter? That is vinyl, but or swirl, whatever it is, limited black and white swirl vinyl. But if you're not familiar with Larkin and Poe, I think they're out of either, Tennessee, I believe they're out of, or one of those states. But they are electric blues, electric country, stuff like that. Really great stuff. And this album has a little bit more mainstream country. I think it had two or three mainstream country songs, which is a little bit different from, I think, maybe some of the early albums too were that. But they were going more for for electric blues and electric country. So always has a lot of electric guitar in it. But this one has like 2 or 3 tracks that just more basic country rock. But the rest of it is that blues, is that electric blues and stuff like that I like. So. Which was a song Ringo sang for the Beatles, although the song is more associated with the Rolling Stones. Oh, I see. I missed that right there. I might have to change the what now? I saw them performing with Ringo a couple weeks ago. Who was that? Oh, you're talking about Larkin Poe? That's pretty cool. So. I saying I want to be your man. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, good stuff. I love Ringo. I got a bunch of his stuff. I also like the Rolling Stones too. So yeah. Yep. I know they're on tour. I didn't know that they were performing with Ringo Starr. Were they doing a bunch of shows with Ringo Starr, or was it just the one show? I know Ringo had just put out a country album as well. So and it hit like number 1 on the charts. So I'm not sure for how long, but I know it hit number 1 on the charts. So so yeah, if you let me know if he's touring with Ringo, are they touring several dates, or is it just a one-time thing? A couple shows. Cool, awesome. That was nice of him, really. So yeah, the Ringo Starr is great. So another one I have here is Quiet Riot. This is originally released in 1999. Quiet Riot got back together again and recorded an album and re-recorded some of their hit songs. And so they released it on a CD, and this is a recent reissue of that album. It's a 2 LP set. This one issued on red and black marble vinyl. Ninth studio album that reunited the classic lineup is what the hype sticker says there, if you can make that out. So good stuff. So which state was that that Ringo did those shows? Was it in Tennessee, or was it in? I'm just curious. There, Randall. I wish I would have seen Quiet Riot in concert. That would have been amazing. Yeah, I was right there in the thick of it when Quiet Riot came out. I mean, I graduated high school in '83. I think Mental Health came out like '82 or something like that. So, oh, in Nashville, very cool. Yeah, my father-in-law lives in not Nashville, but in the other side. I'm getting a brain freeze on this, but he lives in other side on the bottom of the mountains. I don't know why I'm getting a brain freeze, but anyways, it'll come back to me. But yeah, my father-in-law lives over there, so we've always wanted to. Usually we drive up to see him, and we always wanted to take a detour instead of going right to him to turn left and go to Knoxville. Yeah, he lives in Knoxville, so we've driven up there a few times, and we've always wanted to veer off and spend a day or two in Knoxville, but we just never have. Actually, the last time we went up there, and we were kind of thinking about going to Knoxville, but then we decided to stay in Savannah instead. And my wife had always wanted to, had driven through Savannah, but never had stopped and really, done anything, there as far as the town goes. So we spent the day in Savannah and spent the night. It was a good time, but next time we'll probably go ahead and do the Nashville thing. I know that there's a Third Man Records there in Nashville as well. I want to see that Third Man Records. So have you been to the Third Man Records store there in Nashville? Yeah, 82 Quiet Riot, definitely. Yeah, Quiet Riot's amazing. I got a bunch of their stuff. Oh man, that's lucky. I want to go. I know there's one in Detroit as well. Uh, a Beat After Beat is up in that area. So I think the one in Detroit was the first one, and then maybe the second one was in Nashville. But yeah, I want to check that out. So it's easier for me to get to Nashville being in Florida than going all the way up to Detroit. So yeah, I want to check that out. So anyways, the next one here, it's pretty small record store. They mostly Third Man Records and souvenirs. Yeah, but you get to see them pressing the records through the glass, right? Or is that only the one in Detroit? Were you able to actually see? I know they have an area where you can watch them pressing records. Is that right? And the Third Man Records there in Nashville. Next time I do this, I may go ahead and hook a Bluetooth mouse to this, so that way I can scroll through the chat without taking my finger up. Right now I'm kind of stuck. I have no other way of doing it. Sorry, guys. Okay, another one in Detroit does. The Third Man Records has a pressing plant in the back, and you can actually watch them through the glass pressing records. Oh, okay. So the pressing plant's only in Detroit. I didn't know that. All right, that's good to know. But I still want to go to Nashville. I know they got a bunch of amazing record stores there. Knoxville does too. Knoxville's got some really good record stores. Last time I was there, I was hitting it was on Record Store Day actually, and I was hitting all those record stores. I was having a good time. I came home with like 2 bags of records. They have a small club here, the Blue Room, where they. Okay, cool, awesome. Thanks, Randall. I appreciate it. But there's another one. I showed this last week on my live because it was part of the KISS, but it was still sealed. So this week I actually took it out and played it. So this is Kiss from 1984, Texas live concert. The Blue Room is there at 3rd Member. Hey, cool. Yeah, I definitely have to check them out. Next time we're in Nashville. I actually had never been in Nashville, so I would like to go. So yeah, but this is a Kiss album. It's from 1984. It's from the Lick It Up tour. So it's kind of weird because they have the picture of Ace Frehley and his makeup on the front. Ace Frehley wasn't in the band in 1984, and I don't think they were in makeup in '84 either. But sometimes with bootlegs, they end up putting the wrong pictures on stuff. But it was actually a pretty good album. I really enjoyed it. So yeah. Let's see if I can get a track listing here. Let me open this up. See if it has Creatures of the Night. You can see that. I guess not. Creatures of the Night, Detroit Rock City, I Love It Loud, Love Gun, All Hell's Breaking Loose, and Lick It Up. So good track listing. Great concert. So I heard that this week. Here's one that I got too. It's really interesting. I bought this last week. I stopped by at a couple of these record stores. But this is I didn't even know that they did this. This is put out by Playboy. I think it's just their name. The actual record company is called Nightlife Records. But it's Canadian. It's a Canadian record. And it has the Playboy name on it, and you see it has the bunny here too. And of course, it has the girl in the front and the girl in the back, right? Of course, right? But this mainly has it's called Street Rock, and it has a bunch of Canadian up and coming rock stars of the time. This came out in 1981. So I played it this week. It was really good. Bands I've never heard of before: the Schoolboys, Snake Rock, Tiger, stuff like that. But you know what? Great song, Jackals, Kick-Axe. So, but it's very great record. But again, you know, I never knew Playboy had put out anything on vinyl. So the next one here is one. Matter of fact, this came in the mail yesterday because I picked this up. So this is a Dutch heavy metal rock band. They formed in 1980. This is their debut album that came out in 1983. It's a band called Highway Chili, and this is their debut album, Storybook Heroes. So they're hard rock. They're actually really good. I enjoyed this a lot. So on this it's like Amiris label. So I'm not familiar with that label, but yeah, very cool album, hard rock, but good stuff. Again, from this is from 1983. So, but I'll tell you why I got this. So a couple years ago, I was in a used record store, and I came across this in their dollar bin. So this is their 1985 release, Highway Chili. The reason why this is in the dollar bin is because you can see, if you see the cover, it's got this there you go. It's got this problem. It's got this, like, somebody put some tape on it or something happened, and then they messed up the cover here on the edge. So they had it in the dollar bin, even though the record, when I took it home and I played the record was in like mint shape. But it's also a nice cover too, if you see here, right? So, but I was definitely intrigued by this, and you know, problems with covers like that don't scare me. I'm more interested in the condition of the vinyl than I am in the condition of the cover, honestly. But this is called Rockorama. This one here was actually pretty hard. This one here is pretty hard. This one was not quite as hard. It's hard, but they softened it out just a little bit. This one here is a really great album. Sure, Randall, no problem. Hope to see you next week. Take care. But yeah, so this here is a really great rock album as well. This is their, I think their second album from 1985. But yeah, it's good stuff. So love 80s rock. So here's another one that I played this week. I have a box behind me of sealed classic albums, and I go and I pull 2 or 3 out a week and I play them. But this here is Star Wars. So Star Wars and Asteria Space Odyssey. So this is from 1977. They had a lot of this stuff going on at the time because Star Wars was big, Star Trek was big. 2001 Space Odyssey, which came out in 1970, but it was still big. All these, even stuff like E.T. in the 80s, you find this. But this year it was put out by the London Philharmonic Orchestra. But a bunch of different bands did these. So really great record by them. It's just stuff from 2001 and Star Wars and a bunch of other ones too. So good stuff. I really like these records. I have a bunch of them in my collection. So here's another one that I picked up recently as well. This here is an AOR rock band formed in 1981 from New York City. So this is their one and only released in 1983. This is Shelter. And this is First Stop. AOR, mainstream rock, really great record, well produced, well put together. Songs were amazing. So even though they only put out one album. So, but yeah, good stuff. And is that Polydor? Yeah, it was put on Polydor. So, yeah, awesome stuff. Let's see what else we got here. So this here is band. By the way, I love these lesser known obscure bands. By the way, all these bands just contribute to the wealth of rock music, and a lot of people have never heard of these. So I do not shy from these record stores. Matter of fact, I dig for them and try to find them because you never know what you're going to get in the grooves, right? Yeah, so anyways, this here is from 1981. I believe this is their only album as well. The band's called Streak. So they more mainstream rock. Think of like Boz Scaggs and Supertramp. That's really what their sound is. But I love Boz Scaggs. I love Supertramp. So good stuff. I really enjoyed this. This is on the Columbia label. So yeah, great 80s rock music. So again, that's Streak. And let's see here, we have, and again, these are all records that I played in the last couple of days. I think one of them I played today actually, but the rest of them I played on Monday and Tuesday. So this here is the Rockets. I have about 3 or 4 of their albums. They're pretty good. They started in the 70s, but this here is. Yeah, the first album was from 1977, but this album was this is a 6th album from 1982. Again, mainstream, a little bit on the hard side, but pretty good. This is their album Rocket Roll. Came out again in 1982. Elektra label. So really great stuff. So I remember last week someone was talking about wanting to see more and more 80s stuff. So I pulled out a bunch of 80s albums this week and played it. But yeah, really great stuff. The Rockets, again from 1982. So we have Y&T. I've been getting more and more into Y&T. I got introduced to them about 2 years ago. I really didn't know. I knew of them, but I never heard their music before. So. But somebody actually gave me one of their albums, and I was blown away by it. It was really great. So, but this here is the American hard rock band formed in the early 1970s in San Francisco, and this is their 8th studio album, 1985, which is called Down for the Count. Of course, it has Count Dracula on the cover, kind of like a play on words there. So, but this is like their 8th studio album. Compared to the earlier stuff, this one is not as hard. So they were trying to become more radio friendly and get more radio hits, and so getting more melodic. But they're a metal band. but they're becoming, you know, a little bit more melodic and less as hard. So, but it's really great. I still enjoy this. It's on the A&M label. So yeah, good stuff. If you don't know who Y&T is, check them out. They're a great metal band, and you can't go wrong. This here is one that was really cool that I picked up. It's a 2004 release, but this is called Cartoon Breaks. In fact, I'm gonna take it out of the cover here so I can show you the whole sleeve. So if you look here closely, you can see all these cartoons here, right? You got the Jetsons and He-Man and Beavis and Butthead and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turn around the back, you got the Simpsons and Futurama and all these cartoons, right? So this album here was just themes and sound effects from cartoons from the last 50 years. So it was really awesome. My wife and I were just enjoying the heck out of this. Inspector Gadget theme was awesome. You had the Beavis and Butthead skits. You had South Park kept talking about how, hey, you killed Kenny, you know, that kind of stuff. So, but it was really awesome. Great album. So I'm glad I picked it up. I like this kind of stuff. So there you go. I think we're getting down to the last album here. So only had so much time to play what I had. But this is another sealed one that I had that I've been meaning to open and play, so I did. This is from a 1984 movie, The Wild Life, starring Leah Thompson, Chris Penn, and Eric Stoltz. It's one of those coming-of-age movies. This here is a Japanese pressing of it, but it has songs from Bananarama, Peter Chase, Hand Over Fist, Van Stevenson, Andy Summers, Edward Van Halen. So it's got a bunch of great music on this. So yeah, really great. I'm big into soundtracks. So another one from the 1980s, 1984, and this is The Wild Life. So great soundtrack. So that's pretty much all of the records that I played or that I pulled out to show you. So I did get a couple, you know what, I'm going to stand up for 1 second. I did get a couple of CDs. Grab that. So got a couple of CDs, even though it's a vinyl channel. But this here is Twisted Tunes. I'm into novelty stuff, funny songs, comedy, stuff like that. So this is from a radio station. So pretty cool stuff. It was pretty inexpensive. I got it from Discogs. From Classic Rock 101, Homegrown Originals. So I'm looking forward to hearing that. I'm also a big fan of Bowling for Soup, and they have these sing-alongs from different movies. I have like 3 or 4 Bowling Soup's vinyl records. I don't have any of their CDs, but I learned about this one, so I picked it up. But it's Jimmy Neutron theme, stuff like that. And yeah, it's just Bowling for Soup and cover songs and stuff. So I wanted to hear this. I picked it up on CD. So that's running to the end of this. I don't know if anybody wants to chat or say anything else. So, yeah, so good stuff. And yeah, that's going to be the probably the end of the broadcast. Unless anybody else got something to talk about, it's pretty much we're getting to 40 minutes, the 40-minute mark. So I do appreciate everybody joining me. Thanks, Adrian. Oh, Adrian, you said you weren't feeling very good. That you weren't feeling very good. Are you feeling any better? And I know Beat was down with a cough too. Have you heard anything from him? Is he feeling any better? I'm doing a lot better. I still have a tiny bit of a cough left, but not very much. So it's still hanging on. It's like just hanging on, but just can't quite kick it. But it's almost gone. So, but I believe you were not feeling very well, Adrian, or was it somebody else? Feeling good now? Awesome, awesome, awesome. So oh, am I? No, it's Thursday night. Okay, I was thinking I was competing with Beats video, but his is on Tuesday. So Beats feeling bad? Yeah, yeah. Actually, I missed his broadcast on Tuesday. I was busy. I was out doing something on Tuesday night, so I apologize that I missed his broadcast. So I try to watch it if I'm in the house. Yeah, me too. So, but yeah, Adrian, I appreciate you being here and watching. And but I'm glad you're feeling better. But I'm gonna go ahead and probably go ahead and end this. And I do want to thank everybody for watching. Adrian, you take care of yourself, and everybody else that's watching as well. But I'll be back next week. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing yet, but I will do something. So, all right, y'all, have a good night.